I mean, I went to the Playboy mansion when I was 19, right?
Yeah.
On the way home, I was going straight from the airport to do a page 3 shoot. And I was like, I'm going to be knackered. So the guy that I was with who had taken me was like, oh, take one of these. So he's given me a Rehypnol, right?
What?
You're through to option 1.
Option 1 podcast.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again for the Option 1 podcast with me, your host, Ben Keenan, and my lovely partner in crime, Rhian Sugden.
Yeah, we're back, and we've got the amazing Nicola McLean on with us today. She
needs no introduction.
She doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. So she's been on Big Brother, The Jungle. I feel like you've been on a hell of a lot of stuff, actually, Sophia. I mean, what haven't you been on?
Yeah. Strictly because the BBC won't have me.
I was going to say, it's probably easier to tell us what you've not been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you started in the glamour industry. How did that come about? Because you didn't want to go into that straight away. Was you thinking about going in the army? Have I read somewhere?
Yeah, so I had honestly, being a model was not in my on my radar at all. I wanted to go and join the army because I wanted to be a gladiator. Do you remember the gladiators?
Yes.
The gladiators. And Jet with the flip of the hair. Oh my God, I was obsessed with her. So that's what I wanted to do. So I thought, what's the best way to achieve this? If I go and do a PT course in the army, I was an army cadet. It all sounded great. And then I was in Covent Garden and got scouted on the street.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, someone just came over and was like, you look a bit of all right?
Yeah, basically, and gave me their card. But it was for a fashion modelling agency, quite a big one. And I went and met them and I did quite a few jobs, but like more sort of beauty jobs. And then they was like, you're too short and curvy, basically. Why don't you go to this sort of agency? And I went to a Von Paul at the time, and it was a glamour and commercial. Started doing some commercials, and then eventually started doing glamour.
I can't remember, did you go topless on page 3?
Yeah. So I did page 3 at 18. It's actually a funny story. I don't know if you know this, right? So I didn't initially want to do topless. Then I thought, I need to earn money. Let's just do it. It's not that bad. So I went and did the pictures with Beverly Goodway at the Sun, who everyone thinks, I love him. Everyone thinks it's a woman, it's a man, right? So I turn up, I do these pictures, and they weren't getting printed. And I'm thinking, why am I not being printed? And I'm looking, I'm like, well, she ain't no better than me. I wrote a letter to the editor of the Sun.
Excuse me, where am I?
Yeah. And then he was like, she's brilliant, put her on. That's how it happened. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jill 35 Pie. Have you got any regrets?
Oh, God, do you know what? Not like overly, because I feel like all of the things I've done has led me to where I am. But like, I shouldn't have drunk so much in Big Brother. I shouldn't have, let's be honest. I got way too steaming. I woke up most mornings and didn't know where I was.
They wanted that, didn't they?
They did want that. And, listen, I will never, ever slag off Big Brother. I absolutely love the show.
Yeah.
I really do. But obviously the duty of care would be much better now.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like I wasn't in the best place mentally to be in there. And, they gave us copious amount of alcohol.
We never got any alcohol when I was in.
I think they knew what they'd get.
We'd have to basically beg, and they'd give us like 3 or 4 cans of wine.
Yeah.
And that would have to be
Well, that's
split
probably
amongst
because-
the group.
But you was in there before me, wasn't you?
2010 I was in. When was you in?
So I was in after you both times.
Oh.
They always...
so they
That's
flipped
interesting.
the script.
Both times I had as much alcohol as I wanted. They never ever stopped serving us. They just kept. We'd we'd run out of alcohol, and the storeroom would be open, and we'd be like we want more, and they'd be like, no. So we'd all go, fine, we're going to bed, and then all of a sudden
No way.
Yeah, they'd give us more.
Didn't you last? You lasted 56 days.
Oh, I don't know. Well,
I think it was around. You were the longest. You were one of the longest to.
So I think I've lived in the house most
That's it.
out of anyone. Celebrity. Obviously, normal Big Brother goes on for like 3 months or something. I couldn't
don't
do
know
that.
how they do
but
it.
as a celebrity, I think I've been in the house the longest because I also went into normal Big Brother.
Yes.
And stayed in there for a week.
Which did you prefer?
I preferred the All-Stars, I think, because I just loved so many of the people. But I really did enjoy most of the people in my first one as well. Yeah. The normal Big Brother, I went in with Marnie Simpson, who was on Geordie Shore, who I love, and Gemma Collins, who, oh my God,
Gemma.
what a character. Yeah. And then me, I'm obviously a big character as well, though I was super quiet on that one. I think they were really, really pissed off with me. I don't think I earned the money that they gave me for going in the normal one. I think because I had no anxiety in there, because I knew I was in there for a week, I knew I couldn't get voted out, I knew that they weren't going to, I wasn't involved in the tasks and stuff. I was just how I would be at home.
So there's no pressure.
Yeah, there was no pressure. So I think I was just more normal self. And they were like, Nicola. And I was like,
fucking start some shit, Nicola.
Do something.
Start a fight.
So normal Big Brother, I think they were more in awe of us.
Yes.
They're going to watch me say that and go, no, we weren't. But they weren't starting shit with us.
I think that's it, yeah.
I think the celebrity, I was in there with Heidi and Spencer, who I'm obsessed with, but they've got massive egos, haven't they? But I love them.
But they must play up to it.
Remind me, Spencer
Pratt.
No, that's Louis Spence.
Yeah, Spencer and Heidi from The Hills.
Oh gosh, yes.
Spidey. She's really lovely, and I love him. But he's a villain. He's brilliant. He's going for mayor of Los Angeles.
No, he's not,
and he's doing really well
as
well.
There's a place to go, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So do you think they were actually like that in real life?
I think that not really, but I think he definitely is a unique character in real life as well. Yeah.
So, BBP3 returns. I'd like to ask about the demise of the Page 3 and the Lads mags, and has OnlyFans management run accounts ruined the industry?
So I would say that I am aware that there isn't really a place in a national newspaper for a topless woman. I'm aware of that. I don't think that the biggest image in a newspaper should be of a woman topless, because there is women doing much greater things.
Absolutely.
What I was worried about at the time, even though I'd retired years and years and years earlier, what I worried about and what I campaigned for it to stay was because it put a lot of girls out of work. And by doing that, what it was going to do is push girls into a different route, and that's what it's done. I've got no problem with OnlyFans. I have no problem with however you want to earn money. But what I think about OnlyFans is, for us Page 3 girls, we could have boundaries. So for me personally, mine was topless. That's it. I'm not going to do anything else. I didn't ever do, because Page 3 also then brought in where they would film the shoots and put it on page3.com. I didn't let them film me.
Awful.
Yeah, I didn't let them film me, because I was like, a picture is much different from seeing my personality, my boobs. It was odd to me, so I didn't do it. So we could have boundaries. I think when you go into OnlyFans, your boundaries blur because you, don't think that many people are seeing it, because it's like, well, it's not in the mainstream, it's just whoever's subscribing, but also your subscription will go down the less you do if you don't keep on pushing yourself. So say you only wanted to do underwear, and I'm only doing underwear, and then the first month you earn £100, then the next month you only earn 50, you go, all right, well, I'll go topless. And your brow,
it's a very slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So that's what I worried about, and I think I was right, because I think that's what's happened. And then the management running the accounts, I find that absolutely wild, because they take 50% of the girls' earnings. That really fucks me off.
So I was going to ask you, as an ignorant person, what does that mean, management run? So I assume it says what it says in the tin. So instead of you running your own account, you have
girls
OnlyFans
hire
run.
Like agents.
They hire they are agencies to run their account, and they're taking 50%.
About
and then
50%.
you got to pay tax on
OnlyFans
that.
OnlyFans takes 20%.
OnlyFans take 20%.
20%.
Then you've got to take 20% as well for your tax if you're self-employed.
Yeah. So when you see...
You're coming out with 10%.
It's a lot, yeah.
And this is what... The other thing that bothers me about OnlyFans, by the way, I've never done OnlyFans, but the thing that bothers me about it is you get girls, and I understand why, and celebrity females as well, going, I earn £500,000 a month.
It's bullshit.
A, they don't, but B, then they're giving half to a management, 20% to OnlyFans, 20% to the tax. What are you walking away with?
That's it. We're 10%, right?
Yeah. So I feel like people are lying about what they're earning, and that is a worry, because then you get really normal girls going,
girls.
I'm going to do feet on OnlyFans and earn 10 grand a month.
And
it's like, it's not going to happen.
I find it difficult in two ways. Well, first of all, let's go to the celebs that go on about how much they earn. Why do they do that? No other industry has to talk about how much they earn, but yet people will go on, like Katie Price and Kerry Kasona go on these programs and they're like saying, I earn 100 grand a month. Why do you feel the need
to justify it?
To try and justify that, even though it's blatant lies, because there's no way they're doing that. Something else that really gets my back up with OnlyFans is like, I'll be sat in the hairdressers and I'm like overhearing other people's conversations and they're like, oh, at this rate, I'm going to have to go on OnlyFans. And I can't help but take offence because I'm like, but I am on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're using it as a last resort, whereas that's actually one of my main jobs because of page 3 went. And I was basically pushed into it in a way because I was jobless.
Like you said.
So I do get offended when people say, oh, business is really shit at the minute. At this rate, I'm going to be on OnlyFans. And I don't know why I get so defensive, but I'm like...
Yeah. It has become a running joke. I mean, I say it, I'm like, I've got great feet. I'm going to get them up there. And I know that I even like started an account. I have an account. It's not active.
Yeah.
But I did. I looked into it.
Did you? Yeah. So for me, it was never an option because I've got teenage boys. So it was never an option to me. But I am not going to lie to you. When lockdown hit and, you know, you couldn't go into TV studios and I was like, my husband was doing concierge in Vegas and he wasn't traveling. I was thinking, right, I'm gonna do OnlyFans, and my boys were like, absolutely not. And I was like, but if I was single, and I don't mean not with my husband because my husband's never had a problem with glamour, if I didn't have children, I probably would have done it, but I wouldn't have earned any money because I'm too strict with my boundaries.
But I only do topless.
Yeah, but do you know what it is for me? So it's not really the pictures that bother me. It's the chatting, and it's because you're giving. Do you have a management or do you do it yourself?
No, I don't. I actually
good for you.
I do
but
myself.
Good for you,
Go girl.
because I also feel like. I mean, not that I really, please, this is probably going to be cut and I'll sound like an arsehole, but hey, what's new? I don't actually really care about the men, but I do in some ways think that if you're subscribing and paying, what's your subscription fee?
$9.99.
Right. Even £10 a month. But you're talking to a bot. You're talking, that's rude. That's
Like,
going to...
how is that legal,
But it
though?
won't be soon.
Sorry,
it won't be.
catch me up here.
So these management companies, they're not actually sitting there doing it.
So
they've got a
chat
program.
bot. They've got a bot that's responsive like, hey, Mikey 314, you are my
say
dream
they've got
guy.
a program. One of the big agencies use Filipinos.
Okay.
I know.
There you go.
And they're trained to like copy on YouTube or whatever, and they speak in their personality. And these men think they're genuinely speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The OnlyFans creator has got no control over
what
what's being
they
said.
say. So I think that's the big thing for me. So, you know, you can Google me and see, you know, my pictures from years ago. It's there. You know, it is what it is. Does it bother me? No. It really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and you can't hide your teenage boys from that. That's right, the youth there, but you can protect them from new stuff.
Well, I've always told them, and I'm sorry, as I always say, if you want to judge me for mistakes I made, younger than you, my 20-year-old is younger than me, older than me when I made those decisions, then I haven't raised you right. Do you know what I mean? I really haven't.
Yeah.
But
So do you think it is a mistake going topless on page 3?
No, I don't. But still, would I have made that choice as a 30-year-old, as a 40?
No.
Like thinking back to the things that my kids have had to deal with, would I have taken that away from them if I could? Of course I would.
Yeah.
Right? But did I really love it? And has it brought me so much more than I ever would have got by not being a glamour model? You think that I would have managed to make a success that I've been able to make without glamour? Of course I wouldn't, because I'd have gone somewhere else. I didn't have, I was from a council estate.
could have been in the army.
I would have been in the army or,
Yeah.
you know, I was from a council estate. I didn't have, you know, I'm academically not intelligent. I didn't have the
Which means
backing that
nothing.
my children have. You know, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
you know, do what you want to do. So glamour, although I fell into it, lended itself perfectly to me.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
And it was big at the time.
It
I
was
was
huge.
just about to say, you
It's
guys
huge.
were both when it was right place, right time,
Yeah.
quote
Peak,
unquote. But,
yeah.
but also like there was lad culture, there was less outward examples of feminism, and the patriarchy was quite, you know, in control of everything when it came to media and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, get your tits out, we're going to talk about it and laugh about it. Lads, we're all going to
Yeah.
banter about it. And there was a lot of women were okay with it and got on board with it. A lot of women weren't.
Yeah.
And the result of that was obviously the
And it
demise
was
of
a
page
small
3.
group of us as well.
really small.
Yeah.
Like it was prestigious. I know people find that wild, but I mean,
That's-
if
yeah.
you were a Sun page 3 girl, you were a big deal.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it was a really big deal. And also, it was lads, but we were one of the lads.
Yeah, except
we
the
got
ladette culture,
the good,
ladettes.
the good ones, the good page 3 girls. we fitted right in with, I remember going to loaded shoots when I was like 19, 20. I'd been out at China White's the night before. I'd roll into the studio. I'd bring Fosters with me because I was like, I'm hanging. And they were like, she's the fucking best. Book her next month. I had a contract with Loaded.
Right.
Because they were like,
that was
she's
the culture,
brilliant.
though, wasn't it?
That's what they do. If they knew you were out the night before, they would like give you drinks when you got there, just to keep you topped up.
Yeah, just keep you topped up,
yeah.
so you wouldn't be like self-conscious or like also
hanging.
inhibitions and hanging. Yeah.
So no, I don't regret it. But what I'm saying is, now I'm a mum of teenage boys. If I could take that away from them, I would.
Yeah.
Going through school wasn't, I'm sure was not that easy.
This is what terrifies me. Do they have an opinion? Have they like said, Mum, I wish you had never done that? Or
not of page 3. I think that they are aware that they cannot say that to me when I made that decision. As soon as I fell pregnant, I retired. I never did anything else again. How can they have a problem with that? I've done everything I can for them.
There's nowhere for them to say, oh, hey, but you knew and you kept going. Because you're like, well, no, as soon as, and do I know again, to each their own, right?
Yeah, oh my God.
It's like,
no, I have
one method is one for one person.
100%. But also, when you're talking about, when you're a mum of a 2-year-old, you do not, you're making decisions based on a little tiny 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm making decisions with a 20-year-old in my house, with a 16-year-old in my house.
And
it's
their
a
mates,
big,
and their
mates.
Yeah.
It's different.
And guys are cruel, and they're getting crueler with this kind of shit.
Exactly. And you never ever foresee yourself having a 16-year-old. You don't, even when you've got a 2-year-old, you don't think about that.
It terrifies me. I panic about, do I need to send him to private school? Is he going to get bullied? And then I think, well, I know some of the other, there's a few Geordie Shore that do OnlyFans, and their kids go to the same nursery. And I'm like, I want to just pull them over and be like, what are we going to do at this point?
I mean,
because it's not even just the content anymore. The content's getting stolen. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's for me, for my boys, what I've worked out, it's the chatting.
Yeah.
So if you subscribe and you're having a sexual conversation with me, whether it's me or whether it's an agency, it's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly.
That's the problem, I think, for me.
Well, I don't do that, so I might be all right here.
Well, you'll be fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, that's just
But I think you're going to be fine anyway, because by the time your boy is old enough, it starts at about 13, 14, right? You're not going to be doing it.
No.
It'll be all AI. It's
you never
already...
know. No, I won't be.
But but they are turning a lot of these into like avatars and AI clones anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like the amount of technology out there AI girlfriends is huge in America. It's not hasn't taken off over here just yet, but the Daily Show is a satirical comedy show over there. They did an expose on it, and these are like grown men with like, remember the film You, or Her rather.
With the
so it's kind of like that, but he gets a girlfriend, and it's what's her name, Scarlett Johansson plays his girlfriend on the phone. But that's now a physical manifestation into an avatar or a thing, and they're perfectly formed, and they're actresses now that are being put out into films. Recently, some guy got paid £1 million for a film that he's not even in, but it's his AI image. So the technology is getting so much more. Women, will probably be
Katie
doing
Price and
it.
Carmen Electra have both got an AI twin.
I've seen that.
So they're doing...
Katie Price has got an AI twin. Katie Price?
It's Jordan. And she's stunning.
It looks quite good, actually.
She's stunning, literally.
It's like her in her peak, isn't it?
Her in her peak, yeah. It also, maybe just the way I have parented is different, because Kerry Katona went into OnlyFans later, and her kids say they love it. Because
her daughter takes the pictures, I believe.
Is it?
Because they love the wealth that it's brought them.
Yeah.
But I've brought my children, this is not me being rude, but I've brought my kids up that monetary wealth isn't everything. It's what we have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and also, after watching that Louis Theroux documentary, me and my boys had a really good conversation, and they said, we don't care what Bonnie Blue does, but you're our mum. And I thought, it's true, isn't
That's
it?
very true.
They're not judgmental, but they just don't want their mum to do it. But it's, it is what it is. I know I could have earned a lot of money on OnlyFans, probably. I hope I could have. But I know that I've done the right thing for them, and they're just everything to me. So,
how did you meet your husband?
So It's actually, well, I think it's a sweet story. So he's seen me walking down Oxford Street in London, and he said to his mate, oh, there's that page 3 girl, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, before he had a chance to come over, I'd disappeared. So he said to his friend, who was a journalist, do you know Nicola McLean? And she goes, yeah, I do, but she's never really on the scene much, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, I really like her. And she said, send flowers to her agency. So he sent these beautiful flowers to my agency, and it said, meet me in China Whites on Wednesday night, which was the night. It was the night to go. It was the night to go. But I had a boyfriend that I hated. I hated this boyfriend. I was with him for 4 years, but I'm a Virgo and I'm loyal. So I stayed with him. So I had this boyfriend. I thought, well, I can't go. And then I broke up with this boyfriend. And 9 months later, I met his friend, who was the journalist, in a club. And she said to me, do you remember getting flowers? And I said, yeah. And she goes, oh, you should meet him. He's really nice. I was like, I'm sworn off men. Anyway, I went home and Googled him. And he come up in a Birmingham key, played for Birmingham. And I was like, I'm fucking marrying that man. I am marrying that man. So I phoned her and I said, yeah, hook it up. So we went on our first date to London Zoo. And I moved.
That's cute.
Love
Yeah,
that.
and I moved in about 3 weeks later, and that's been it. Yeah, he said to me, so he lived in Leeds at the time because he'd moved clubs, and he said to me, oh, when you come up this time, bring as much stuff as you want and just stay. Oh, he never fucking bargained for what I spent.
Fucking U-Haul
You should have
outside.
seen it. I turned up like everything I owned, literally. I promise you, everything I owned, I rocked up with, and that was it. And I was pregnant 9 months later.
Wow.
And it's
That I
been, how long
planned.
has it been now?
21 years.
See, I love that. I love that because
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
like, but people are like, oh no, don't do it. It's too soon. All this too soon nonsense.
No.
If it's
If you
there,
know,
but it's
you know.
real, you know.
He started saying to me after about 3 months, oh, should we have a baby? And I was like, yes, but I didn't say that to him. I was like, no, it's too soon. And, and then just tried for a baby without him knowing. And then on his birthday he went, happy birthday, I'm pregnant. Oh, psycho, absolute psycho. But he knows all this. And he's like, he was buzzing. He was so happy. And that was
But the
that.
psycho behaviour works.
Oh,
Exactly.
they
I mean,
love it.
if
They
they
do
want you
love
for
it.
your personality and your looks, then you're double winning.
I was in his that was now our apartment in Leeds, and I was like, oh my god, yes, this is my life, I love it. So anyway, he went off to football training. I'm talking about me being psycho. He went off to football training, and I found a checkbook, and it was Mr. and Miss,
Dope.
but I've read it as something else, Williams, and I thought he was married before and didn't tell me. So I left, right?
Turns off the removal vans
No,
again.
I left.
Call them out in the van.
I left the stuff, but I left. I turned off my mobile. I went out that night, probably China White. So I went out I was livid. I was devastated. I was crying. I was drinking wine, crying, and like my absolute ideal man. Anyway, he's finally managed to track me down. And no, his ex just had the same surname as him. How fucking embarrassing. And do you know what I did? I went,
Who is this Williams woman?
no, I literally, when he went to me, did you see a checkbook? And I went, yes. And he went, yes, she's got the same surname. I went, oh, that makes sense. All right, I'll get a train back up.
See you in town.
Oh,
Just
that
round
makes
the
sense. Dun,
corner.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
He's like, now not now because we don't, but years later when we spoke about it, he's like, fuck, Mike, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I was like, funny though, isn't it? It's like, well, yeah, he went, but I was stressed. I was like,
kinda.
you should have been.
Yeah,
Should
funny, ha, ha.
have been. Yeah.
That's funny. Zeus loves babes. As a former glamour model, what would you say you learned from your time in the industry?
Oh, I feel like most glamour models are really strong women, and you don't think they will be.
They don't expect it.
They
from
don't
us.
expect
They think
it.
we're weak and we've just been like pushed into
Yeah,
this.
we've been pushed
I was
into
expecting this to be a walk in the park, and I'm terrified.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I feel like it gave me a really good personality, because I feel like it doesn't matter how pretty you are, and I'm not saying I was, but it doesn't matter how pretty you are. There's a million pretty girls. You have to be different. You have to have a good personality to go into that casting, and they're looking at 50 girls that day, 100 girls that day. You don't know. To get the job, there's got to be
gotta
something
stand out.
different.
Yeah.
And I realised very quickly that it was my personality that was getting me. As I say, was I prettier than the next girl? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? Did I have a better body than the next girl? Probably not.
But also they want to know, can they work with you for X amount of time? Were you going to keep the crack?
And I always got rebooked because people liked working with me. Yeah. So I feel like we're stronger than you think. We've usually got really good personalities. I think I do. Do you think that?
I think so. Like all the girls that have stuck around, have made a name for themselves.
Stuck it out.
they're all so unique in their own way. Like, there's pick out points, and I think, shit, that she's good.
Well, you have to have
and
tenacity.
You know why?
Yeah.
And not all of them are sane, I have to say.
I don't think many of us are.
But they're the ones that stick around.
I honestly don't. I
Well,
always
it's
say.
an industry that you need a bit of craziness
Do you know
across
when
the board.
when I started working with Beverly Goodway, the photographer at The Sun, and I worked with him every week for years.
Yeah.
And I'd go and we'd sit and have lunch. And I remember after about a month of working with him, he said to me, right, tell me your story. And I said, what do you mean? And he went, well, it can't be what you're telling me. You know, perfect family, perfect boyfriends, blah. And I said, why not? He said, they never are.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I don't know what you're talking about. And I've still never spoken about actual what goes on in it. So, yeah. But he was right. He was absolutely
Everyone's,
right.
come from something.
To my knowledge, not many sane, normal, like easy background has gone, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my tits out for page 3.
Yeah. To be fair, and again, it's
She's
because
right.
it's, I mean, exactly. And, you know, like I know some people who were dancers, and again, it was the same. It was like the ones that made the most money were the ones that would have shit to talk about.
Yeah.
And
We're built
people
different.
Yeah,
people
I
would
think
specifically
so.
ask for this person all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so and so, and some of them would just sit and talk with this person.
Yeah.
Not even ask for
have to do
dances.
so- yeah.
And they made fucking bank.
Absolutely. So that's what I think. I think it's taught me that, you know, we're built different.
We're a special
100%.
breed.
We are.
100%.
And I'm happy to be in the gang. I'll never, ever slag it off, ever.
I'm so happy that I've done it. It's like you said, there's no place for it now.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud to have been of that era. And a lot of the girls now that don't have the strong personalities and that they've kind of drifted back and they're like, oh my God, I don't want my pictures anywhere. I massively regret it. And I'm like, just own it. Like, you wouldn't be where you are now. Like, I wouldn't have done anything in my life that I'm probably still working at telecoms. Imagine.
I debated Melinda Messenger on This
Nelly.
Morning a few months ago. Well, longer than a few months ago. And she massively regrets it. And I couldn't help but really be disappointed. Yeah, she massively regrets it.
She was like,
But she's done all right off the back
she's
of it.
done really
And again,
well.
like
I
that's
mean,
the thing, isn't it? It's a leap. If you use it as a stepping stone, or if you use it just as a career path, what's the difference? What's the difference between
wouldn't know
that
who she
and
is.
being a faceless corporate fuck that poisons the planet? Like, but that's okay. It's fine to be like a corrupt politician and et cetera, et cetera. But get your boobs out. Oh God, jeez, there's no the moral implications.
I also think maybe, again, I always say things that are like so nearly going to get me cancelled. I feel like but then again, if I'm not cancelled now, I'm never getting fucking cancelled.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a time where we have, as women, we have to say we regret it.
Yeah.
We have to say it, because if we don't, we're not feminists. I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
I fight for
I
women.
refuse to say I regret it.
I don't regret
Good for
it.
you both.
I do not regret it. I absolutely loved it. Do you know what? The stories that I've got, and you know, I sit around sometimes and just like, I mean, I went to the Playboy mansion when I was 19, right?
Yeah.
And I loved Playboy. Now I can see that Hugh Hefner was probably, you know,
a massive perv.
A wrongin'.
yeah. But at the time we didn't know this, and I just loved it all. I'm a massive Pamela Anderson fan, and I just loved it. Anyway, my agent phones me up and she goes, Nicola, they're casting for a new TV show in the Playboy match, and they've asked if you'll go. At the time I was a really big page 3 girl. Absolutely. So I went off to ITV and I met this guy, and they were casting for a reality show. It sounded fantastic. They were going to put cameras in the bunny house, and then they would audition girls, and they'd have to do things, not dodgy things, to win the cover of Playboy, right? So it all sounded brilliant, legit, and right on market at that time. So I went away from the audition. I was like, oh my God, I really want this. I really want this. And my agent was like, well, we'll see. You know, he's got a few more people to see. A couple of weeks later, they're doing a test shoot and they're flying you out to LA.
Sweet.
And you're going first class and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my, I mean, I feel excited for myself even now. I'm so excited. So I was like, oh my God, this is epic. And then my sister, 2 years older, sensible, I need to know where you're going, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, a really big agent, I won't say who, but who's still around now, was going as well. So my sister said, right, if he's going, it's legit. So we get on this airline, we fly first class. I've never flown first class in my life before.
Mint,
we get to the Playboy Mansion, we press the Playmates, there's a big sign, Playmates at Play, and a rock starts talking to us. I'm like, I fucking made it. I have made it. Council estate who? What?
From council estate
right?
to the mansion.
So anyway, I go, I film this pilot, I present at Hugh Hefner's 75th birthday party.
Awesome.
I interview Paris Hilton, Justin Timberlake. I'm living the fucking dream, right? Then my sister's like, don't drink, only have water in case you get spiked. I listen to her. I wish I didn't listen. I don't want to get spiked, but I do wish I'd gone in the grotto. Wish I'd gone in the grotto, but I was sensible at the time. It's so annoying.
So you
Right?
tried to play the safe card.
I did play the safe card, but on the way home, I was going straight from the airport to do a page 3 shoot, and I was like, I'm going to be knackered. So the guy that I was with, who had taken me, was like, oh, take one of these. So he's given me a Rehypnol, right? But I didn't know what Rehypnol was.
For a shoot?
So it's to fall asleep on the plane,
Oh, right.
so
You going for a shoot? Have a Rehypnol.
So I take this Rehypnol, I fall asleep in my bed. Fuck knows what happens to me. I'm hoping nothing. I get in the car to go to the page 3 shoot, and I phone my sister. I'm like, oh my God, I've had the best time, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, right, how's the jet lag? I was like, no, fine, because I had a Rehypnol. She was like, Nicola, what? You've not drunk at the Playboy Mansion. You've drunk water, but you've popped a Rehypnol on a flight. I was like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, that's not even the best part of the story. I carry on. When I say seeing this guy, not together, I had a boyfriend, but he'd take me to the best premieres. But I'm not joking. I was stood next to Beyonce at one of her premieres.
That's awesome.
I was everywhere with this guy, living the dream, right? Next thing, I didn't hear from him for about 4 days. And I thought, that's really unusual because I used to hear from him all the time. So I'm trying to get hold of him, can't get hold of him. Next thing, big splash in the news of the world. He'd been arrested for being in Buckingham Palace. He was a catch me if you can guy, and he'd made this whole thing up. There was no show.
What?
There was nothing.
What?
He'd
Hold
made
on.
the whole thing
so
up.
he had managed to.
Yep.
How did he
convinced
get
everyone.
the Playboy people as well?
He fooled them all.
So he fooled.
He
Oh my
fooled them
fucking
all.
days!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He fooled everyone.
But how
my
did he
manager,
afford? How did he afford the first class tickets and all that stuff?
You tell me. Blagged the whole thing.
So was it just you that he took with him?
And
gave you a Rehypnol?
And gave me a Rehypnol.
Dodge.
But do you know what, right? This is what a lunatic I am. I had the best time with him, right? He got me to the Playboy Mansion. I don't care. I don't care if it was a lie. Would I have ever got to go? I don't know. So anyway, my manager said to me, my agent at the time, if you hear from this guy again, do not get in contact with him. Do not get in contact with him. This is like so bad. I had to speak to the police. Like it was a big investigation, right? So I was like, no, of course I won't. Of course I wrote to him.
Of course you did.
Got any first class trips coming up?
I wrote him and thanked him. Of course. I wanted him to know I wasn't cross with him.
Right. Hey, listen,
I didn't want
buddy.
him in a little
Where is he
cell.
now?
Yeah.
I don't know because his
in-
name wasn't his name either.
Oh my
So
God.
it was a
He's
double.
probably in some like prison in Suffolk, just watching.
He's a pen pal.
If you're
I wrote
tuning
to
in
him
and listening,
said,
I,
bless you. So I wrote to him and said,
I know you're a weirdo, but
to
I
be
had a
fair,
great
like,
time.
he might listen to this if he's still popping around.
I just wrote to him and said,
Watch
listen, I
it.
don't want you to think I'm cross with you because I'm really not. I had a bloody great time.
Tell him
So
in the
if you-
camera.
I'm
if
not
you're
cross.
listening,
You
she's
Rehypnol me,
a-
but I'm not cross.
Yeah.
Honestly.
As long as that was just for her to sleep on the plane, just clarify.
So yeah, of course. So yeah,
And that never would have happened if she wasn't a page 3 girl.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just one of my many crazy stories. I also ended up on a porn set.
Oh, go on.
So you used to do things called library shoots. So you'd go away to a
stock photo.
Yeah, like stock photos. So
Yeah.
you'd go away to Portugal, wherever you'd go, and you'd do pictures. I mean, they ranged.
Yeah,
You'd be,
I've got a bunch out
you'd
there,
with
Getty Images.
Yeah, you'd be with a guy pretending you was walking down the beach in a floaty dress, or you'd be on the side of a pool in a bikini. You know,
Yeah.
it varied.
Yeah.
So my agent phoned me up. Do you want to do this? It's a week in Portugal, X amount. I said, yeah, I'd love to. So off I trotted to Portugal. Bear in mind, I'd never gone abroad as a kid. So, you know, this was all so amazing. So I get to this villa where I'm staying and I thought, this don't look right. There was like cameras set up everywhere.
Dildos on the shelf.
Yeah,
Cans of oil.
like just crazy shit. But I was so young.
Suspicious.
Anyway, the first night we all had dinner, and I didn't like the photographer, and his wife was the makeup artist, and I didn't like her either. And I'm really good. I get a good gut
Got the
instinct.
spidey sense.
And I thought I don't like them. So I was like, not drinking, going to bed. I come down in the morning. I can't tell you. I literally walked into people banging, like literally like a full-blown porn set, right?
Anyone for coffee? Ah!
And I was like, I was not equipped for this shit. So I was like, fuck. So I'm like, run out. So I go into makeup, and she goes to me, "Are you going to do some nude today?" And I said, "No. That you know what I'm going to do." Mm-hmm. And she literally pulled my pants and was like, "You will." And I was like, "You will get me a flight home. Literally, I want to go home. I want to go home."
Well done.
No.
So, yeah.
Well done. Okay.
So I
Accidental morning
honestly.
gangbang.
But I'm also really happy that happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I stood strong. Some other girls ended up going nude,
Oh, yeah.
who wasn't meant to be.
I was going to say, if you hadn't have witnessed that,
Maybe I'd have wanted to be a porn star. Is that what you're saying?
no. I wonder would they been able to? No, you seem too strong-minded. I was going to think that maybe they might have been able to coerce you.
Yeah.
But no,
some
they
girls would have
definitely
been
would.
coerced
Yeah,
easily,
some girls
yeah.
would have. If they
Yeah.
didn't see that, might have been like, okay, maybe I'll do a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you see that straight away, like, oh, this is why they've flown me over here.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there was a really lovely girl that I was with who was a good page figure as well. You'll know her. And her boundaries were the same as mine. And no, in the end, she was
that's
doing...
good.
No, she was doing nude. And
Oh.
not implied nude. She was going full nude. And I was like, babe, no, we've said that we... But she wasn't strong enough to say it.
I wonder if she regrets that now.
Oh, 100%
Does
she
she?
will do. Yeah. Because, you've... So, yeah, just lots of crazy stories like that.
Tell me a little bit about your recent TV appearances, Jeremy Vine, etc. And also what I'm really interested in is, and we think we touched a little bit about it there, what's grinding your gears at the minute? What's getting on your goat?
Well, I feel like, so I did Vanessa yesterday, and we spoke about Sarah Ferguson. And one of the callers called up and started saying that Sarah Ferguson's a lovely woman.
Of course, yes.
Mum of the year.
And she's
Mum
a
of the year.
fantastic mother.
Yeah.
So I just looked down the barrel and I said, Rebecca, tell me how she's a fabulous mother. Please tell me. Forget everything
Enlighten
else,
me.
right? Enlighten me. Because there's no one in the land that's taking their kid to a paedophile, right? We're all trying to get our kid away from paedophile. We're not begging for first class flights, right? We're not. Fact, done.
Yeah.
So she went, well, I like her. Okay, but you can't answer me, can you, Rebecca? Because you're wrong.
And you don't even know her,
Right,
Rebecca.
and you don't know her.
You just like her because of the association to the royal family.
So that was that. I'm fine with that. I love confrontation. I'm very comfortable in confrontation. So that was fine. Did that. Off I go home. Start cooking dinner or whatever I was doing, forgetting about my altercation with Rebecca about someone who takes their kids to a paedophile, who's a great mum, right? That's out of my head now.
Yeah,
'cause
Mum
I'm
of the
like,
Year goes
ooh.
to.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on Mum of the Year. Back in the day, the people that got Mum of the Year, I'm so glad I never got it. I'm so fucking glad I never got it. Because that Foxy Bingo, Mum of the Year,
Foxy Bingo.
Mum of the Year, they were not mums of the year.
Don't get me started on those.
Don't get me started on bingo.
Oh, my God.
See, no. So anyway, then Lady Victoria Hervey, or whatever her name is, who's a socialite who I think dated Prince Andrew, says it all.
Oh, yeah.
Starts
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did. I'm pretty sure she did. I mean, allegedly.
So she's banging
she's
on about,
piped up.
and the thing is as
But
well
then she
is
writes
like,
underneath it, sticking up for Epstein, saying to me he's not a paedophile. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The amount of email
I
exchanges.
love how angry we can get.
It's so easy, isn't it? And then I'll go back to being fine. Oh my God, it's
Would you say you get upset easily, darling?
Do you know what? It's so funny because I think people say to my husband, oh my God, like, is she hard work? Tom's like, she's the easiest person. Like, honestly, day to day, I go about my business, I cook, I clean, I do everything for them. Tom and I never argue, ever. Never even bicker. And that's all my life.
You hold it in for the...
Or do you channel it into the things like this, like the opinions that you think you're passionate about?
Yeah, maybe, because I just don't think that him leaving shit's lying around the house. It's annoying.
Right.
But it isn't the end of the world.
It's not something to lose your
I
rag
don't want
over.
to argue over that. You get these couples that are like, arguing who does the most. I do the most. I do the most. But then he's excellent. He does all. I hate driving. He does all the driving. I've never looked at a bank account. I've never bought anything online ever. I've never online shopped. If I want a pair of jeans, I say to Tom, I really need a new pair of jeans, and the next day I'll have a new pair of jeans. He'll go on. He'll find what will suit me,
I need me a Tom.
and he buys it.
I need
right?
me a Tom.
I've never booked a holiday. I've never looked for a holiday. Right?
I
So all the
definitely need
shit
a Tom.
all the shit that I do in the house.
Oliver.
Yeah, he does all the background work.
Yeah.
I am my own business, obviously. I have to invoice. I've never done an invoice. I come and do this. I entertain you. He'll give you the invoice. Do you know what I mean?
Tom, please address the invoice to not me.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
though? So I feel like, yes, sometimes it's really annoying that, you know, his pants are on the floor. But do you know what? It must really piss him off that he has to look for jeans for me. So I'm saying nothing.
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing. So I'm chilled like that. I'm not someone that feels like I need to argue with people I like or love, right? But I'm extremely opinionated. But Tom would agree with my opinion. So me and Tom aren't going to get into a row about Jeffrey Epstein, are we? Because
Right.
he's going to agree with me.
Yeah,
and
you-
if he didn't, we're
you wouldn't
getting
be with-
divorced.
you wouldn't be
Do you
with
know
him,
what I
right,
mean?
exactly.
So I'm not what you would think I'm like. Do you know
Right.
what I
No,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm super chilled. If you fuck me off, I'm going to tell you. He doesn't fuck me off.
I want to know what upsets you. Does anything upset you? Like the trolls? Or
No.
You don't let anything get
No,
to you?
it's not my business what they want to say about me. So
But do you not have like a weak spot? Like there's certain...
What-
I
what's
your
try
weak
to
spot?
ignore it.
what is, yeah.
Like when people start on... I mean, I got a lot when I was doing IVF. People were like, you don't deserve to have a kid. Like my mothering or how I am as a mum or what I'm doing that might affect me being a mum sends me under.
Yeah.
can't
That's
sleep.
quite personal
So
and
do
quite...
you know what I would
That's my
say?
weak spot.
Yeah. So do you know what I'd say to that? I mean, the IVF thing is sick and disgusting,
There's
by
a
the
lot
way.
of sickos out there.
So let's take that out of it because I could go on a fucking soapbox about that, right? So let's take that out of it. But my mothering, right? Are you in my house? No, you're not. Have you seen the way I've raised those boys? No, you haven't. Do you know those boys? No, because why? Because I've never had them. I mean, we've done, when they were younger, we did some OKs and we had a reality show and we didn't continue that because we wanted to raise the boys totally. We wanted a real family, not a pretend family,
Yeah.
right? And that's what happens when you start letting cameras into your life. So you don't know my kids. Why don't you know them? Because I fucking made sure you don't know them.
Pretty amazing because
So-
someone could easily just take that money and just be like, yeah, I'll let you in, give you access all
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah.
So fair fucks.
They were more important to me. So you think I'm going to let Karen Sandra, because I know Karens that are not Karens get really upset that we use that.
Let's call them Sandras from now on.
is it
Sandra's,
Sandra?
whoever. You think that I give a shit if you think I'm a good mum. Like, you know nothing about me. You know what I choose to show you. You know what an edited version of me is. You know nothing about what I've done for 20 years to raise really good humans. So do I care? No, I don't.
And also,
no,
it's
I
it's
don't.
just people who are just picking on people because they've got nothing going on for themselves. You
Well,
know, I mean,
how
whether or
bored
not
do you need to
exactly,
be?
and
How
whether it's
bored?
opinions or
I've
not.
got so many opinions, right? So
Yeah.
many. I'm the most over-opinionated person I know. I love celebrity. I love gossip. I love gossiping.
Okay.
But I keep it in-house. I keep it
Yeah.
in-house. I don't put it all over the internet, right? I don't.
We've been in our DMs. We've slid into-
gossiped. Yeah.
Like, sometimes we're like, who are you talking about? Oh my God, I know that person.
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
my God, is that who it is?
But we don't
Do you
say...
have to be Kate like coded or
No, when we're in DMs, we see
Oh,
we
yeah,
slag
of
them
course,
off.
yeah.
But if we're saying it publicly,
Yeah, of
we're not
course,
going to,
yeah,
you know.
of
So my point is, what I say about you, not you personally, but what I say about you behind closed doors is not your business. The reason why I don't say it to your face is because it would offend you. So what you're saying about me, it's not my business. So I'll choose not to read it, or if I do read it, done. Dead to me, not
Yeah.
bothered. You don't know me. They don't know me.
Yeah, I think at the start of all the trolling, I think it's and also age as well. I think the older you get, the less fucks you give about people's opinions of you.
I've never given a shit.
And that's amazing, but a lot of people aren't like that.
Yeah,
you know, a lot
I
of people
think-
don't have that strength
Yeah.
starting off and going
Yeah.
Oh,
in.
it used to kill me. The Daily
So what-
Mail comments But like,
Yeah, but why would you look? That's
don't
what
know.
that's not your
Right,
business.
I don't know why I look.
That is not your business.
It's
what
like
they're
I'm looking. I
saying-
think, oh, it's quite a nice article, and then I go, oh shit,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Do you know I've never once read a Daily Mail comment?
Have you not?
No,
I've
not
never
my
run
business.
straight a Daily Mail.
I love the Daily Mail because I love showbiz gossip. I love it.
Because, yeah, but my sister, she's obsessed with the Mail Online. But she lives in
that's
America.
what I mean.
She's
Sorry,
on
the Mail Online. I don't buy
'Cause she's on,
papers.
yeah, because my sister was, she did the
Gossip.
same. She's like, oh, I've just been like reading the Mail. And I was like, Tamara, what the fuck? We're from...
That's why I miss the news of the world.
We're,
I
from,
loved.
we're Catholics from Northern Ireland. The Daily Mail is definitely not paper for us.
No. But yeah, Tattle Life. You think I'm going on there? Absolutely not. No, I don't. What I see doesn't concern me. It's not a problem. If you want to actually actively come into my DMs and say something shit about me, it all depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes I really enjoy it.
You love a name and shame.
I love it.
She does love a
I
name and
love
shame.
it.
I want to ask you about The Weakest Link, because I used to be obsessed with that show when I
Yeah.
was unemployed. And just staying unemployed and staying home
Yeah.
and having a cup of tea and a half a chocolate biscuits and watching that. And I always wanted to go on it. What was it like, and what was Anne like, and was there anybody on there that you would want to hang out with afterwards? Or
Did you go on a page
make
three
good
one?
The
friends?
page 3
Did
one.
you?
Yeah.
I hated all those page 3 girls.
Is it?
I'm sure I hated every single fucking one of
Well,
them.
what was Anne like? Because she seems like she would hate.
I think she did hate us.
Hey,
I
hey,
can't-
because
how long ago was that? I can't really
I know.
remember.
She was definitely like the war, like war
Yeah, she
horse.
was-
You
like,
are the
you know.
weakest link.
Yeah, but she,
Yeah.
no, like she
I
would
think I
definitely
got
turn her
voted out.
nose up against at that.
They all voted me out first. They hated me. I wasn't very well liked by those group of page 3 girls.
Let's meet the team.
Oh, she was lovely.
I'm from Bolton, and I'm here to get a few things off my chest.
She was
Ayo.
really nice.
Here we go.
Lovely.
I'm 35 from Chigwell. I used to be a page 3 girl, but then I met a rich man.
Oh,
I'm Lilani. I'm 22.
hate her, still
I'm
do.
looking forward to using my brain for the first time in 3 years.
I'm looking forward to using my brain for the first time.
Love Zoe.
Page 3 for 3 years.
I'm Jackie. I'm 24.
Hate her.
Maybe style looks a bit like Jackie Degg.
As I sound.
I see a slight resemblance.
I'm Nicola, I'm 20 from London, and I'm the youngest here.
I'm Jamila. I'm 24 from Brighton. I'm a model and a radio co-host.
Was she really?
I'm Ruth, I'm 35.
I don't know who
from
she
Richmond,
is.
Newcastle. I'm an ex-page 3 girl, and now I'm a full-time mother.
I'm Jess,
She's
I'm 22
lovely.
from Merseyside, and as you can see, I'm putting my degree to very good use.
Yeah, she's a lovely girl. Yeah, there was. Do you know what? I think I have a different experience of what happened with me as a pet, because I wasn't very well liked, right? And there was lots of reasons why I felt, but I don't know if I was a bit ruthlessly ambitious and they didn't like it, but I didn't feel like I was at the time. But I've spoke to a few girls that I liked and caught up recently, and they were like, there was always something different about you. You always had a drive that was quite unnerving. I didn't think I did, and that's the God's honest truth. But I'll own it if I did.
Yeah.
And it's worked. But
Exactly.
yeah, we had a few nice girls, but the core girls that were doing really well, I was not in that clique. And they made sure. They made, like, I got
Where
beat
are they
up
now?
once
Where
by
are they now?
page 3 girls.
Where are they now?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like going back to school, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
These
like
cliques.
that.
Sorry, you just touched on something there.
I
I'd
got
like to
beat up
expand
by
on.
a load
You
of
got
page
beat up
three,
by.
yeah. On a trip, with a page 3 trip. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to know
What?
who swung
I mean,
first?
I
Well,
won't
what
say,
happened?
I'll tell you, but I won't say here.
If you don't mind, like, if you don't want to expand
Oh
on
no,
it,
it
that's
just
totally.
all kicked off, and then like a group of
And
them.
out in the lash.
No, they
No?
came to our. We was in different villas because none of us really got on that well. So they put this group in this villa and that group. They came to our group to confront about something. It all
Feud
kicked
in
off.
page 3 villas.
We had to
Yeah.
separate
That's
our
quite-
page 3 villas.
No, stop
Once
it.
because one of the girls, I mean, there were 12 of us at the time. One of the girls started sleeping with my boyfriend.
Who slept with your boyfriend?
Well, I won't name her.
Tell me after.
I will. She slept with I'd literally broke up with my boyfriend, and she was like sleeping with him the week
That's
after, and I was
wild.
like,
That's wild.
out of the pool of people in the world,
Yeah, that's
you've
wild.
picked.
Yeah, that seems.
So
not.
we always got separated on trips because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking
Yeah.
rip her fucking head off.
Well, yeah, it
It's
happened.
like the idea of
And
like
then
this. Like,
my passport went missing,
Oh,
so
dear.
I was stuck in Portugal on my own.
so okay, so let's rewind. Let's go back a bit. So you're in
Separate
villas.
villas. Yeah.
It's
Door
West Side
knocks.
Story
Yeah.
of page 3.
Yeah. door knocks, they
Yeah.
come to confront about something, it gets into an argument,
Love
and
the
I
door
end up
knocks.
getting beat the shit out of.
Fucking hell.
No.
That's mad.
Yeah. And then my passport went missing, so I got stuck in Portugal, man. I had to go to the embassy in Portugal, get a flight. So yeah, it was horrific.
Have you ever wrote a book?
I should write a book.
She should write a book.
Yeah, but do you know what?
I would write. I would
Keeping
read the
it,
book.
not keeping it McLean.
Oh,
Or keeping it McLean. Keeping it McLean.
the thing is, though, do you know what I
Keep it
think?
McLean.
I wouldn't write about I don't ever write about family things. I would. Well, I don't speak about.
I don't think you need to.
Oh, do I
No,
not?
exactly.
All
No,
right,
you've
well,
got
if
2 books without having to get to
anyone
the
wants
I feel
family.
like you've done like 3 chapters already, and I don't even think
We've
we've
already
scratched
on
the
question
surface.
2.
I mean, we've been here for about 4 hours already.
Speaking of mine in cancel culture.
Yeah.
How far do you think it's gone? And would you say that there's areas that you would say it's good to have a cancel culture, and there's areas where it's taken it too far?
So I think it all depends people's intention. So I feel like if, because there is so many new terminologies, definitions, as long as we're willing to learn and understand and we're saying things with good intention, I'm a massive ally for the LGBTQ+, but I think there's more letters to add to the end of that, right? Now, tell me, don't cancel me. I'm an ally.
Yeah.
I'm standing side by side with you. Do you know what I mean? But if I say the wrong, I shouldn't be cancelled. It's all about intention.
Yeah.
So I think when you get... Also, I feel like education is really important. So if someone gets something wrong, let's educate them rather
Don't
than
bark straight away.
cancelling them. But I do feel like, let's say Mickey Rourke on Celebrity Big Brother, I feel like...
because he went for like a few people though.
But
didn't
I feel like
I felt sad for him actually.
Again, like he's like an I'd say agent. Well, I don't want to be like an ageist or anything, but like he's from that biosphere of Hollywood leading men from the 80s or whatever that's probably wrapped in a bubble and
he's a bit of a recluse as well,
He's a bit of a
isn't he?
recluse, like they're wrapped in a bubble and then they don't...
But he carried on, right? So actually what he said to Ella, if I was Ella at that moment, he said, I can't remember what he said, but it was like, sexist, derogatory towards her, right?
Yeah.
But if that was me, I would have said to him, oi,
Yes.
you're not allowed to say, that's
But
my
he did
take,
get pulled
right?
up a few times and he still
did it,
did
yeah.
it.
My
that's the
point
problem.
was what he was doing to Jojo. So when he said things like, I'll tie you up and then I'll make you change. So you're going to tie me? What are you saying you're going to do to me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he
therefore,
went-
he should have been kicked
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Because you keep on going to a young girl saying you're going to make her straight. What are you going to do to make her straight?
That's preposterous.
So I liked him, by the way. I thought he was brilliant until he started doing all of that. What I do know about Big Brother is he must have been doing a lot more because you get warnings. You get warnings.
Yeah.
They pull you into the diary room and they say, you're not
And that's
allowed
only
to
the
say
televised
that.
stuff that we've seen.
So, and then they say, if you continue, then we're going to televise it. So he must have been doing a lot more. So that, but
I'd love to know what he was doing in there.
I think
can
he would have
just
been really
imagine.
hard work
Yeah.
to live with. It's the same Gary Busey when he
Yes.
was in there. Coolio when he was in there. I mean, one of the funniest.
Fucking Coolio.
One of the funniest scenes when I'm a big Brother fan, so you guys will have to look this up. But if you want to laugh, please look it up. So they do a fairy tale. And Tina Malone comes out dressed as a princess, right?
I remember this.
And Michelle Heaton goes, oh, you look like that princess. I love Michelle Heaton, by the way, but you look like that princess. And she goes, who? And Michelle goes, you know that princess. And it carries on. Then she goes, the one from Shrek. And then all you see is Coolio on the bed, and it's Coolio's laugh. And I promise you, if I'm
remember
depressed... I'm never depressed, so that's the wrong word. If I just need a laugh, I'm sorry, I'm watching that clip. Coolio was so funny. Watch it.
What was she in again? She was in Shame. She was the
Shameless,
the matriarchal mother of the,
I need to watch
the
that.
family.
And then, talking about my stories, right, how does this happen to me? I then get booked by OK Magazine to do a shoot with Coolio. Why have me and Coolio got any... I'm on a motorbike, dressed in Victorian gear, big wig and everything. And
What's the link there?
There was no link. There was absolutely no link.
Not even a tenuous link.
No, I'd never met him. So I'm on the back of the motorbike with Coolio. So I had to spend a day with Coolio shooting for OK Magazine.
Was he Coolio?
I thought it was funny, but only my personality could deal with him. I think it was tricky, but again, fucking hilarious. I know. You tell me.
How do these things happen?
I don't know, and they only happen to me.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Can I just move this on?
No.
Purely because right next to me here, I have. This goes back to like the jungle game.
I don't want to do this.
And these absolutely stink. Like I feel like I've been aware of it the whole time.
You have signed the waiver, right?
Thinking that. So we do have a jungle question somewhere because where is it?
Well, okay. On the jungle, you were in the jungle.
Yeah.
Who would you say? What was the worst thing you did in the jungle? Forget the who.
What, personally, or like the worst trial?
Like, what was the worst trial you did? Because you seem like you'd be up for.
Is it
like,
amazing
doing it.
in there?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh my God. I can't tell you, like, to be given that opportunity, I can't even tell you. My favourite show, again, flying out to Australia first. It just doesn't happen to people like me. And it did.
Yeah.
That's
and
what I've always wanted to do, the jungle. But they offered me Big Brother in the jungle at the same time. Big Brother offered me more money. And apparently, once you've been in the Big Brother, they won't have you in the jungle. Which way around did you do it?
Yeah, I did jungle first.
Yeah.
No, you should have
Take
done
me
jungle
the other
first.
way.
And also,
I
like,
would
well,
have
which one?
loved
And
that.
also, jungle now probably had in hindsight, jungle has more reach. You know,
I
like,
just think it'd be more. I feel like Big Brother's more of like
TV-wise.
a bit of a humiliation thing, whereas the jungle, I feel like you're actually fighting
I love
for your
that.
food.
Big Brother's humiliation, but going to the jungle eating kangaroo dick. That's not a
Yeah, but I feel like
think
you're
it's-
eating kangaroo
Jess.
dick so you can eat.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like
So
on
what
the
I
outside.
think, Big Brother is a psychological.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what it was meant to
That's
be
what
at
it
this,
is.
from the very
And
start.
Big Brother is a mental the jungle is like a mental personal strength struggle
Yeah.
because the lack of food is insane.
Really.
By day sort of 4, even to get off your hammock is hard. Because you're physically exhausted, you know, you really are wasting away. They give you very little calories. I mean, I was loving it. I got so skinny. I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. I remember, this is terrible to
And
admit.
the coconut shower.
The shower. You know, I infamously got an eating disorder, so I'm not glamorising it. But I remember when they gave me, as a treat, a little brownie, and I thought, I'm not eating that. I'm loving this.
Looking good.
I did eat it, but I honestly loved the way.
Did you struggle with the dunny? Does it stink?
Yeah, it stunk. I'm all right. I was an army cadet. I'm not a pussy. I'm like, I'm well down.
She can
for
do a
stuff
nature
like
poo.
that. Yeah,
No
I was
airs and
fine.
graces here.
No.
Yeah, I was fine. The first night in the jungle, I slept on the floor. Not me, just me, but our cat. We got the rubbish camp and we had to sleep on the floor. When we woke up in the morning, or I woke up, no one else had slept. Everyone was like terrified. And I was like, I had the best night's sleep. I had a lovely night's sleep. But the worst trial, I think, well, I didn't get to do that many. The public obviously quite liked me. So I didn't get voted loads. You know when you're winning immunity, when you have to win immunity for the first public vote. I hate shit like that. I'm extremely black and white. If you want me voted out, vote me out.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Versace Hotel. I'm getting paid the same amount of money. And if you don't like me, I'm not fighting to stay in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, immunity. If I was winning stars, I might have tried harder. But anyway, we all go down to the clearance. It's true, isn't it? I'm like, if you want to vote me out, vote me out. I'm not one of these people that are going to beg to stay.
Not sticking around to
So,
be humiliated.
Anyway, we go down to the trial clearance and they are putting us in coffins. You're not allowed to call it coffins, right? But they're putting us in coffins and lowering us down 6 foot. But don't call it a coffin. Do you know what I mean? And,
Why are we not allowed to call it a
It's just a
coffin?
sleeping box.
Because, it's traumatic, isn't
Because,
it?
it's the
They're burying you
connotations,
alive,
right?
Yeah. So anyway, the trial was, we all go in these coffins,
boxes,
right? And whoever stays the longest, so you've got no time frame. Fuck that. No,
Fuck that.
absolutely not. If you're telling me I've got 10 minutes and I've got to win 10 stars, I might have tried. So I was with, I never get her name right, which really annoys me, Martina Navratilova.
Martina Navratilova. Shit. Anybody? Never let her over? Why would you not let her over?
That is shit banter, isn't it?
That's terrible.
So I was walking down with her, and what a epic woman! I mean, I shouldn't have been breathing her air, let alone in the same camp as her. Like she was just a legend. And I said to her, fuck this, I'm not doing this. I don't think. She went, if you don't do it, I won't do it. She went, let's not do it. She went, I'm with you. I said, really? She went, absolutely. So as soon as they heard that, they split us up, didn't they?
Right,
they put me with a psychologist, and this psychologist, she made me believe that I could lie in that coffin for eternity. I'd be fine to be buried alive. Me? Not claustrophobic. I don't care if I'm in there for 50 hours. Put me in. So I willingly got in the box, right? Oh, I laughed. They started lowering me down and I went, Martina. She went, Nicola, in her accent. And I went, I'm getting out. She went, come on, doll, we'll get out together. I was like, yes, my sister. And her and I just got out right away. I didn't even bother trying. That was horrific. I'm not getting lowered into the ground.
What, just to, and you just had to stay there until what? Until someone, you were the last person lay there?
And whoever, it's an endurance test, but also a mental, and then they
sounds like a shit game to me.
They started putting
do they put stuff in, don't they? So you're not they're like putting like dirt on you and like a lid.
Yeah, so they did all that.
So they put the lid on as well.
They put a lid with 3 locks, by the way. So you not only do you hear the lid close, pitch black, you then hear 3 locks. So it's like, I was just like, no, get me out of here. And then they go, you have to say I'm a celebrity. I said, I can't, it's too embarrassing. Just get me out. They was like, Nicola, say it. I was like, get me into the mic. I'm going, get me out. I'm not saying it. It's too embarrassing. You're not having me on telly saying that. Yeah.
Well, you didn't want to say I'm a celebrity.
I wasn't a celebrity. I was a page 3 girl and I was happy to be one.
Page 3 girl. Well, yeah, if you're there, you're a celebrity if you're there.
And then there's a really funny scene, and they obviously loved the pictures of. So there was another one to win immunity, and it was 3 of us: me, Timmy Mallett, and Robert Kilroy Silk, right? Oh. And all 3 of us are standing in tanks, and there's like cold sand at the bottom. I'm in a pink bikini, right? This bikini was tiny. These boobs were massive. My body was so small where I'd lost so much weight, right? It was hilarious. It looked like, I did look like a cartoon character, but I was here for it, right? I was loving it. So I'm standing there and I'm like this, right, on the thing, and my face looked like thunder because Timmy Mallett was the most annoying man you've ever known in your life.
No.
It was
Surely
an
not.
itsy bitsy teeny weenie. All he was singing on repeat. Yellow dot bikini. Fuck off, Timmy.
He's like Mr. Motivator. They're still like that too.
Oh, I can't bear
like
it,
in real life.
So I'm standing there like that, face like thunder, and they start putting water up, and it was freezing, and it was freezing, it was freezing, it was freezing. I'm standing there, I'm thinking, I don't want to lose against him. I do not. So I'm standing there. But implants, when they get cold, they don't come back from cold. So it's like having a block.
It's like a fruit.
So I was saying, this is not fair.
Stay cold?
Yeah, they stay cold. It's so hard to get them to warm back up again. I have to get if I've been at football, I have to get in a warm bath because they stay cold. So it's like having
to melt
cold
them back.
Yes, to warm them back up.
Right,
so I'm in
the bath, the boobs are cold.
So I'm like in this thing, and it's going up, and the boobs are just looking like. You can imagine. They looked great. So the producers, because at the time, producers must have been like, this is it. This is the shot. Front cover of all papers. But me, it was the face. I was like fuming while he sung. And I kept on going, Timmy, shut the fuck up. Like literally, like, so yeah.
Should we play a little game? So we all have 8 statements about ourselves, true or false. And we'll take it in turn to read the statements. And then the other person has to decide, or the people rather, have to decide whether or not it's true or false. All right, so who wants to go first? That is the big one.
I appeared on a 2008 Channel 5 documentary called Help, I've Got a High Maintenance Wife.
False.
False.
True. I lied. Oh my God, this show, I completely lied to be on it because basically I needed to get back in the papers to get on I'm a Celeb. So I got this show, lied, made
Tactical lie.
Yeah. Made out like, honestly, they filmed me. I was going, I've never changed a light bulb. Tom does it. Tom does nothing. Tom doesn't know how. Tom had to act. He was going to me, the fucking shit you get me doing. I was like, baby, it'll all pay off. It paid off. I lied.
Right, I'm going to start talking shit now from going forward. I will get on that jungle.
So how does that work point-wise, lads?
Do
we both have to eat a bean? Well, go one at a time. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, you can see what they are on the side.
I've lost a lot. I have lost the ingredients.
Yeah, but you can tell they say what they are on the side. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, fuck.
I'm getting
she goes,
what is that?
Right.
It's making me gag. What? Oh no.
It's dead fish.
Oh my God, I'm gagging already. I've got the worst gag reflex.
I got a strawberry banana.
Oh my God, oh God.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to make... Oh no, stop.
Oh my God. I'm not going to drink. Take the
All right, we're not playing this game anymore.
Oh my
All right, let's just get these back over here in the centre.
Oh my.
Oh God. Right, go for it. Who's going next? Oh my God.
I'll go while you're still. I have a large collection of tiny Irish poet figurines.
False.
True.
It is false.
Fuck my life.
There are no such things, apparently. I don't know. Maybe there might be, but... Oh my God, I can't... Look at you. I can't believe
she's
you...
gone right in
You
there.
just almost gagged and now
colour
you've
did
just
you
gone
go
straight
for?
into it. I think you might have got the same one I did. Where it's like quite plain. Like strawberry.
Toothpaste.
There is a toothpaste one.
Oh, that's what we should just be doing, guessing what the flavour
Toothpaste,
is.
that's fine. I won't gag at toothpaste.
Right, okay.
That would be a real... If
All
I
right,
did that would be bad.
I once did a shoot for Nuts magazine in a bath full of baked beans.
True.
False!
You've let me down. I thought we've all done that.
We've all done. I mean...
Ladies.
Oh, enchanté. God, I'm trying to watch my figure.
What colour did you get?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Your tea's gone. Oh my God, that was fucking...
What the fuck is that?
What colour is it?
I have to spit. This is... Oh.
What colour did you get?
Did you not eat all that?
No, I
You
had like a...
fucking... You're shit at this game.
I think I'm pretty good at this game because I haven't eaten any.
Oh my God.
Oh, God. Right.
Well, I think on that note...
Yeah, let's draw that there.
Nicola McLean, thanks for joining us
Are we
today.
finished? We can't be.
Nicola, it's been an absolute pleasure.
I've really enjoyed
Please
it,
come back and
guys.
join us again sometime.
Love to.
And it's so nice because we spoke so much online.
Yeah.
Like to actually see her in the
know.
real form, and
The
she's
real
more
form.
beautiful in real life.
Oh God, I wish.
Join us again next time, the Option 1 Mumcast
Option 1 podcast.
with us.
Ben
And
Rhian and Nicola.
And Nicola. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you soon. All right.
You're through to option 1.
Option 1.